Right. She ends up eating a lot of side dishes tonight, and you guys have some lovely roast that was made. Since they just
Roast
got a bunch more
potatoes,
money, they
mashed
made some.
potatoes, potato chips,
Mhm. Boy, yeah, you're
boiled
looking at the
potatoes.
potato chips, wondering what they boiled them in. It shows them like adding extra dead animals to the deep pat fryer and shit. Oh, I'm serious, dude. Veganism does not exist in most parts of this world. Anyway, right, no problem. You guys eat and you're like, it's too tasty. There's something wrong. Shows them like putting the soup through animal bones to make it taste better and shit. That actually happened to a girl. Anyway, right.
Okay,
So,
so yeah, so the problem we would have if we took the flying car is that if we get to the Women's Wild West, if we get to Canada,
Wild Wild West.
it the Chris would stop potentially I should say stop operating. You would have to assert your will basically over it to make it keep going.
That would be a problem.
Yeah. So we either fly really low to the ground and hope that we don't. Yeah.
Start out slow.
Yes. I've already been in one flying car crash where we went into a zone where technology didn't work, flying car from Night City.
How'd that go?
That was not fun.
I haven't found out what the crashes are like yet. I flew one and it survived.
We were lucky we weren't too high off the ground, so we basically we were in Land of the Lost. We went through the tunnel that goes between the two waterfalls. We discovered where it comes out. So we flew through, out the other side, and into the jungle below.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
That's good flying.
Land of the Lost. I was wondering if anyone has scouted around or looted the bases after. Now that
I'm not sure. I was curious about. Yeah, so I wasn't sure if the agents had completely obliterated that or just went off on their merry way once the fighting was over. So yeah, I don't know. There's enough time has passed to check it out. But yeah.
Add it to my list.
Yes. It is something I was considering worth checking out. I've got all about it. So anyway, so have you had Fiona try and contact you again in the last 8 hours? 6 hours?
Nope. So what's the best way to get to Amber then? You're the pro.
The only way I know, unfortunately, is via Women's Wild West, out through the Wall of Fire, and then along the Merry Path, shadow walking to it until we get to a point where we can't shadow walk anymore because of the hardness of amber.
Okay.
For the shadow walk, meaning like what my super secret rune can do of like the line of sight appearing in that shadow?
No, I mean as in like we did when we went to it. Basically, it's like going from a zone to another zone. Instead of using a gate, we travel.
With my ring, am I able to take others with that? I forget.
No, that's for you, and it's line of sight.
Yeah.
You've got the shadow walking skill also, I believe. You walk pattern and stuff, yeah?
Yeah. It was the ability that you learned from when we walked the pattern.
Yes. To give a little bit more detail on how it works is you're walking along the road and you go around that next corner will be some green mushrooms, and then around the next corner there are green mushrooms, and you continue tweaking things. The sky a little bit more gray, the trees a little taller, etc., until it gets to be what you're wanting it to be like. But for getting to Amber, you guys only know one route there, And so pretty much you have to make the environment look like the route that you know, and then you can get to amber. If you ever get more advanced powers, you'll be able to just go any way you want. But for now, it's you go on a route, and it does come out from a nice hidden cave thing close by the Vale of Garnath.
That reminds me, something I wanted to confirm. The skills create Trump and create Trump sketch, are they only of people, or can they also be places?
They can totally be places, but at your current level, you'd have to, like, for example, you could go to some place like the closer to amber, the harder it is to do stuff there, as you know.
Yep.
Like, for example, if you go to like the lighthouse, for example, or if you were to go to a very singular looking trails or trees somewhere in the Forest of Arden, for example, and you were to make a Trump painting of that, then you would be able to just go straight there without fucking about.
Yep.
But you'd have to go there, set up your shit.
Yeah. That's all right. I just wanted to I just wasn't sure how you were doing it, whether or not you were doing it. Initially, it was portraits, and then later on, we could do places, or if it was.
Oh no, you can do places right now.
Good.
You're one of the few people to actually ask about that. So, take a card.
Because I was thinking about what I would want to do Trumps of.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, there was other things I'm interested in experimenting with Trumps. For example, if I can give Trumps to the twins so they can contact me, or if it's not going to work because they've not worked a pattern and stuff like that.
These are all good things to try out.
Yes.
And of course, then a lot of other experiments could go on. Like, can the twins actually leave that place that they're kind of imprisoned in to go to someplace else where they might be more societally accepted? And does such a place exist?
Yeah, I've already been considering that. And which is why I was curious about the Trumps, because I thought if they can't use the gates, I could get around that using a Trump and pull them. Worst comes to worst, I could then pull them through a Trump.
Possible.
Or I could just shadow walk them somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I've yet to find a place where I think they would be okay in that.
Yeah. Right now they're in the gilded cage.
Yes, which is why I have not relocated them anyway, because I don't know of anywhere else at this stage where.
Actually, there's only one place that there are some elves and nobody gives any shit to. You've seen them there before.
Well, assuming
they're not real elves, they don't speak Latin or anything.
I'm assuming you mean MMO land, Kinleyville, etc., because some of the players were playing elves.
A lot of them were, because elves are pretty and they like the pretty characters.
Yes. Yeah, they could go there, but the level of society there compared to what they're dealing with at the moment is very different. So I don't know if they would want that backward step.
On the other hand, they might get laid more because other elves and shit. I mean, just looking at it from that, it's like the only person that's of your same race, elf, is your brother or sister.
Yes.
Not good for the dating scene, and they are definitely at that age where they need to be dating and shit. Otherwise, they'll kind of turn out like those kids that are homeschooled.
Yeah. All right, so I've got a vampire only card. Since I'm not playing a vampire, I'll discard and redraw. As far as I know, neither Glenn nor Dana are vampires. So correct.
Well, they have their aspirations. Don't crush their dreams.
Currently, they are not vampires. Currently,
much to Brand's disappointment.
Yes. Play immediately. If you have negative favors with any NPC, one of the GM's choice will do something bad to you. Ask the GM to fit it in when they have the time.
Okay.
Before we go anywhere, are there any swords laying around the White Dove?
No.
How about binoculars?
No.
I've got binoculars.
I've got binoculars.
You have binoculars?
Everybody has them but you.
Apparently, man,
You're
I
gonna
keep
have
sitting on them.
just gonna have to use your fingers,
I know.
like Doc Fulton does.
Does this increase my line of sight?
Actually, with Doc Fulton, it seems to. He always rolls
It
either
worked.
spot at half or spot at a quarter when he does that, and it pisses off whoever has the binoculars and fails their spot roll at a bonus.
Nice.
Yes. Doc
Need to
saw
replace
more doing that in Land of the Lost than we did.
Mm-hmm. It worked last session he was in as well.
Oh, did it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good on
And the guy who remembered binoculars is like, fuck you.
Need to
Well,
replace.
I'm going to go. There you go.
Well, if you had to come back to Beastkin, you could have gotten a sword.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Lots of
Or
swords.
told me I could have grabbed one, but
I'm going to hang up Glenn's picture in the drawing room.
Well, we got a Clems I could pop over there really quick.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather put it on the ice box and maybe put a star on it or something?
All right. So the question is, how are we going to travel? Are we going to travel? And if so, how are we going to travel?
Ipso facto.
Has anybody tried like snowmobiles?
Snowmobiles would work a fucking treat if the tech thing works. Yeah,
Probably be a willpower.
and a new skill.
It would be an easier willpower because it's technological. It's just a technology above the tech level of the place.
And a fun new skill to build up.
Mm-hmm.
Snowmobiling. Yeah.
So I have traveled two different methods. I've traveled through actually, I can't tell you about that because I think Logan might run you in that. And I have traveled via a advanced land yacht twice, which apparently may not be there anymore, but we don't know that yet.
If we find it, it did increase my skill in it.
Yes. I've got a little bit of skill in it as well.
I know it would only be for me, but across the landscape of the snow, are there trees with shadows interspersed? I'll just keep skip hopping.
I mean, we can walk it. It's just annoying and long and cold. And
I also increased my Arctic survival.
Nice.
It's a good hobby.
If there are not already trees, I would like to gather some pine cones to attempt to plant some trees.
I would like to point out your shadow walking is once per day, so the skip hopping will be a bit slower than you may be imagining.
You'll skip ahead, and then we wave at you.
And I hop in, and then we go.
That's potentially a really kick-ass item, but you haven't had to use it yet. So that's the perfect item for this game because I know you'll never forget a positive, beneficial item.
Another option would be dog sleds.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
probably
do you know where we can get one? And B, do you know how to use one?
I'm good at learning new things. We probably end up leaving the dogs to die somewhere, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that's prime dog sledding country. If you had a dog sled and stuff like that, I mean, once you get out of the woman's Wild West area, because the snow is fucking deep and horrible there. But once you're out, I mean, in that you could as well, but you'd really pick up the speed once you got out of that. And then you'd go ridiculously fast in it. And of course, if you fall off the dog sled, then the dog sled just keeps going, and there's no way to catch it. I have seen that shit happen. It's pretty much you just wave goodbye at that point and hope that they stop, but they probably won't. And then they'll go off and die somewhere before you can do anything with it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you fall off your dog sled, you're pretty well fucked. Some people tie themselves to it so they can get a nice drag instead because the rocks and snow hitting them repeatedly is better than losing it, I guess. They'd rather just be slowly beaten to death.
I don't suppose either of you are any good at flying a plane.
Of course I am.
There you go.
I'm a pilot.
Are you? I didn't know you were a pilot.
It shows a sop with Camel, him standing next to it.
I lost my goggles, otherwise you would know.
Okay. Because we could go to Gotham, get a plane, and then
fly
it.
Let's do that.
And just keep it low so that if things go bad, we don't have to learn parachuting the hard way.
I can parachute as well.
What about you, Dana? Are you any good at parachuting?
Being with Glenn, I think it's come up.
If not, it will.
Hopefully.
It is not something I've ever gotten any experience with, and something I hope not to get any experience with the hard way.
I made a parachute for the salamander and beastkin.
Oh, did you?
Really badly, I remember.
No, it was great. I even fireproofed
it. No, Dana is not familiar with parachuting.
Okay.
Wow.
She'd have to learn on the fly.
Yes, that was my
best way to learn it.
Teach them how to use the parachute, but
yeah, that was the problem. Yeah. You're like, jump.
It's just in case of emergency. Anyway,
so that is another option.
Does I mean, do we have funds in Gotham?
No.
Does our red carpet money pass for money anywhere else?
You can change them in the bank.
Red carpet money? You mean Batman bucks?
If you're talking about old red carpet money,
the old stuff.
You can exchange it at the bank for Gotham.
Well, I think we only had credit cards.
Yeah, for a short time you were able to exchange it at the bank.
Or we can try to fix the land yacht if we know where the rubble is.
That's the issue. We'd need to see if we can find it. We'd need to check if it's in Burlington or not.
I'm all for the plane if you can find me one.
It's pretty easy to find a plane. Convincing the owners to let us use it, that's the trouble.
I still have a really dickish move to do. There you go. Oh my God, I don't think they'd get into that. Sorry, I was looking for a plane I could try to convince you to get into. Okay, yeah, they might get into that. The Spirit of St. Louis looking thing. That's a maybe. I'm assuming everybody knows what the Spirit of St. Louis airplane looked like. It's essentially a modified Cessna looking thing. Woo. Plus, then you have to worry about the range of the airplane, i.e., how far can you fly before it dies? And then you follow shortly afterward. Oh, there you go. You could probably get a Cessna 150, a 2-seat tricycle gear general aviation plane. Yeah. Very popular plane. Should only cost back then maybe $3,000 or $5,000. Oh shit! Somebody beating on my door again.
We could steal a plane. But that's the whole thing, too.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. Convincing the owners to let us use it.
Yeah, Russian biplanes are pretty nice. But I understand.
Where are they, Glenn?
Probably in Russia.
Oh, yes.
Probably dog sled or land thing.
Nope.
I know you really want to fly, Glenn.
Faded.
But there's a flying car right here, so that's a lot easier than trying to find an actual plane.
Well, as much as I want to build up my flying car skill.
Yep.
It's risky.
Well, just take it for a little joyride back right now.
Keeping in mind the last time somebody did that, they landed it in somebody's tower, and that individual wasn't very happy, which led to the white dove being sued, and we lost all our money.
Yeah.
So.
Range is 525 miles. I think that's enough range.
Matt will be pleased. He got 2 different packages today.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, we could hike it. It's just going to be annoying.
And take longer. A lot longer.
Yeah, and take longer.
And you may need to do some survival rolls. As opposed to just a pilot roll. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We could get a Antonov AN2. That'd be great.
You've been plane shopping this whole time, Glenn?
Yep.
Does the flying car have wheels on it so it goes along the ground as well?
No.
Of course not.
Why would you have a... I mean, there's a lot of clever shit that can be done. Nobody's done it yet, but hoping.
Mm-hmm. And if we had the skills, you'd make something that used both magic and tech so that you could swap it over.
There you go.
Depending on your zone.
That would be lovely. Well, you could probably jury rig in some stuff. I mean, it's possible to do it with the skills you've got. It'd just be a monstrosity, but the PCs don't really care how it looks. They just don't want to die.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you were to weld together a couple of cars, like, magic seems to be failing, set it down, up on its side, and then we'll push it onto the correct side when we... now it's tech thing. Yeah, good. I could see the PCs coming up with some crap like that. That's a good looking airplane. Plenty of space for the PCs and their gear. Nice Soviet mass-produced thing, because in Russia, you do not fly the plane. The plane crashes you into the ground for the glory of Mother Russia.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Plus, it's a biplane. You can never go wrong with biplanes.
Yeah. And it came out in 1947, so we should be able to get it in Gotham.
Yeah, if they have no problem with the communist 1950s America, you should be good to go. Pete over there is remembering his history of the 1950s. Kill a commie for your mommy.
I'm sure they sold them to other countries at least.
Red under the bed.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure there would be absolutely no problem in you guys going to other countries from the U.S. and wandering around globally. I'm sure that couldn't spiral into some sort of out of control adventure that ended up taking up your entire session. Sure, I mean, yeah, the last 3 hours have been pretty much sitting around chatting, so I don't see where that could possibly go wrong. You guys are great. I'll tell you, it really saves on prep time though when you guys just sit around and share brain, information. So that's cool. There you go. Oh yeah, being able to take off of poor runways. Good call there, Scott.
Oh yeah,
that's something you're wanting in the plane because they don't know what a runway is where you'd be going and landing. Now, I will tell you, since whose characters have been in a magic flying car versus a tech flying car?
All of the above.
All of them? Okay. To give you an idea, McKay, and you can just tell them if you feel like it, the magic flying car is more wallowy. It kind of, like I said, it flies like a bus. The tech flying car, though, you can do much sharper corners and stuff like that. It flies more like a very small spaceship, like kind of how kids imagine a small spaceship would fly. Of course, it doesn't have any armor, force shields, gravity, weapons, or anything like useful like that. But unless you get them specially installed, but much more maneuverable. You can get flying cars in probably both Magitech and what's it called? Technological thing that do have wheels and stuff like that. But from your extensive experience of hiking through this shit, having both tires and skis is a good thing. Or if you really want to, you get really big tires, like as big as the guys who have inferiority complexes about their penises and get the pickup trucks with the fucking huge wheels. You'd want wheels at least that big and preferably double wide, because then you can not have it sink into the snow as far. More area for getting traction and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could get stuff like that, that would be super. Or you could just go all the way and get one of those fucking big tractor things that they use getting through the Arctic and shit. Yeah. I don't know what they're called, but they're constantly driving around after me when I'm in the Arctic. Scientists, my ass. We know they're spaz-nuts. So anyway, that's your kind of choices you've got there.
Yeah.
But snowmobiles, if the tech works, I'm here to tell you the snowmobile would not only be a very practical way of getting around, aside from the possibly freezing to death thing, would be a very practical way to get around.
They go pretty fast.
You can go stupidly fast on a snowmobile. I've seen people doing about 80 to 100 miles an hour, but that's only on like lake beds. If you go over about 20 or 30 miles per hour or about 50 kilometers an hour in like the kind of area you guys are going to be going to, it's because you're either being chased or you have a death wish.
Sounds right.
Yeah, I mean, snowmobile trails are different. You generally go and clear that shit, but it's like, I don't know what's around this tree. Let's go fast.
So from the ground cover in Frontier Canada, would a truck, or not a truck, but would a large vehicle be able to drive through though?
If it had giant fucking tires, maybe.
Yeah.
You're thinking the problem is that the snow is constant and soft, So for that, like snowmobiles would work. It'd be some serious fucking work on the snowmobile, but you pretty much yeah, you could probably do it on a snowmobile. Another easy way is if you have
Chains.
no chain. The problem is the snow is waist deep, sometimes more, and it's soft.
Yeah.
So I don't care what kind of chain you've got in your car.
Monster truck, then.
Monster truck with chains, maybe. For some of the things, I'd even get the exhaust that goes up above the thing, like you're going to do a river crossing and shit, just so it doesn't fucking suck in snow. But also, cross country skis would be a treat if you know how to use those.
With a jetpack.
With a jetpack would be much faster. You could just get downhill skis at that point and go, fuck physics.
I actually could do cross country skiing as a hobbyist.
See? I'm sure everybody has it at least hobbyist.
Because you just reminded me, because I'd actually put some points into it after getting the card with unusual hobbies. I think it was the unusual hobbies card.
Yeah.
So I thought, considering the annoyance of Frontier Canada, it would be useful to have.
I think once the PCs finally get like a fucking Trump card made of somewhere in amber, that they will be super excited about that.
Yep.
It is getting late though, and you guys are getting very sleepy and shit.
So did we want to see if we could go to Gotham and get a vehicle with fat tires to go driving and try and drive?
No plane?
Deep plane.
I just think a car would be. I don't know how much planes are, but I assume a car would be a bit cheaper.
Planes are really fast.
Yeah, no, money purchase.
Oh.
Well, it's either purchase or we go in, we sneak into an airfield, we steal a plane. So
Could work.
Yes.
You're already known as the Riddler.
Riddle me this, man. You ever see this plane again?
So yes, we could go in and steal a plane and then fly, and then land once we get through the flame barrier.
Actually, you keep going past that unless
fly as far as we could go that before we find that the engine starts having issues.
Well, that's one of the big benefits of a plane over a flying car is flying cars don't do something called gliding. They don't do that at all. They do more like bricking.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yes. Yeah. So yes, we could, if you wanted to, we could go to Gotham, steal a plane, and
riddle me this. Where'd your fucking plane go?
Go to Gotham, work out where some small airfields are as opposed to the international airfield.
Yeah, I don't suggest dealing with the international airfield. But
No, we want a small airfield, steal a plane, and then fly to freedom.
We have a way to get the whatever vehicles we're doing to Canada.
What vehicles?
Planes.
We've only gotten to Canada.
Yeah, we shadow walk.
Okay, yeah. We shadow walk there.
From Gotham.
Shadow walk to Amber.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you just need to declare amber for the shadow walking thing, and unless you go, I don't want to go. I want to go check out this airship. It's just one roll. I make it easy that way.
Yeah,
but if you want to
stop, say we're going to shadow walk to Amber from Gotham. Just as we found last time, even using the Royal Road, it still goes via Frontier Canada and the Wall of Flame because of the nature of the pocket shadow that we're in.
I'm going to tell you, you do not have any planes that have the range to make the Royal Road.
No. I'm not. I wasn't going to
air refuels.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do it via Royal Road. I just mean that even using the Royal Road still goes via Canada.
True. So it sounds like you may have a plan. Do you have a plan? Are you ready to rock on the plan? Are we going to get this party started? Do you want to have a sleep first because you're all exhausted?
Well, since we can't get, we could potentially get to Gotham that way. We can't get to Gotham because Clems is closed, being it is night, unless we go and change where a gate's pointing to get to Gotham.
Or you just shadow walk your ass to Gotham.
Oh, yes, or we shadow walk our ass to Gotham, but that will take a couple of days, as opposed to if we use Clems, which will only take 8 hours of waiting for the morning.
Might as well rest up. We probably need disguises in Gotham.
A Riddler disguise, at least. Just imagine talking to the insurance company. Who stole your plane? The Riddler.
Well, considering the way Gotham is now, they would potentially believe him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They might put that down as active superhero and not give me money for it, though.
Quite possibly.
Mm-hmm. So, you guys get a good night's sleep?
I'm going to cast some spells and then get a good night's sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Shows everybody go, bring, bring, bring. We're in a hurry. Go to sleep. But first, cast spells. Bring, bring, bring. Go ahead.
Man.
I mean, who knows? That fairy ring may even take you there.
Shh. I still need a sword.
Uh-huh.
Doors open.
This time of night? No. That's one of the fun things with most of the world is not open after about 6, 7, possibly 8 p.m. And even less so when electricity or lighting costs a noticeable amount of money. Then it's pretty much called, fuck you, lights out, everybody go to sleep, maybe have kids, or try to. And that's pretty much your entertainment for the evening is maybe having sex, and that's it.
One of the things, Logan, I'm going to be doing is about half an hour after these two go to sleep, I'll be casting a spell.
Shows McKay lurking outside of their bedroom, sitting there listening for the sleeping.
Not creepy at all.
I'm sure Alex Kinley's done it to you multiple times.
Shows him turn into a ghost. You guys like, fuck.
No, I'm not doing the ghost.
I remember when he was on that.
Does anybody want me to try to teach him something?
Sure.
Anything that you are looking for? Maybe I have.
I don't know what you have.
I have air, earth, fire.
Air. He hasn't been able to learn air ever. He has some sort
that
of
damn bird has yet
to
teach him.
I'm still not good at teaching.
I have fire.
In the same way the bird tries to, and you're like, I just don't get it. I like how he's still cursing the bird. The bird's like 80 years old in fucking human years, and he's like, you goddamn bird, shakes the cage.
Fumble.
Yeah.
What, on which a spell?
Blurred vision.
Cool, fumble deck. Everybody's in a bonus to hit him for one round.
No.
Okay. Yay. Cast a spell on him. All right. So, is there any schools that you two would like me to try and teach you? For example, do you know Gate and Time?
I would like to learn Gate and Time.
All right.
Yes, I would as well.
Okay.
Who are you trying to teach first?
I will Glenn first, as he spoke up first.
Also, you cannot smell me anymore, which hopefully does not mean there's any noticeable difference.
Glenn. Nope. Then I'll try to teach Dana. Ooh.
What did Dana just roll?
Blurred vision.
Yes.
Glenn.
Where's my spells?
See what her fumble is. If you had anything in your hand, you'd have thrown it on the ground.
Slow time.
Shows a scrunchy land at Glenn's feet.
Yes!
Like,
there you go. You now know slow time, Dana.
Hey! Thanks a lot.
Congratulations. I'll try to teach you to metal magic.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds good.
No.
He says, you can try one teaching roll on each. Yes? You teach Dana?
Made it.
Oh my god. Go for your lowest metal magic spell and see if she gets the spell. No! You can never teach her that spell. Ever.
I thought that was if you failed the teaching roll.
No, then you've just done teaching and stuff. You fumbled in teaching her the spell, so you teach her the wrong way. If this was a computer game, then I'd have her cast something fucked up anytime, like pudding instead of metal or something weird like that. But I'm not going to keep track of all that.
Logan, to cast Awaken on somebody, do they need to be asleep? As in, can I just cast it on someone's awake just to cast a spell and try and get better at casting the spell?
Can you read the description?
This causes the target to wake up. Obviously, the caster cannot use it on themselves. It causes someone to wake up through they may still be groggy, unhappy, they've been backhanded, etc.
I would say they need to be asleep then, because it causes them to wake up, hence implying that they were asleep.
Yep, that's right.
I mean, or you can beat them in unconsciousness and then try it.
I'll wait for them to go to sleep and then attempt to cast it on them.
No problem. Whose room would you like to break into and jump on their bed, grab them, begin shaking them, and slapping them?
I'll start with Glenn.
That works out so well with what I was going to do anyway. So, Glenn, you're having this dream.
Mm-hmm.
And in the dream, you see these green eyes, and you hear, Glenn James, and then wake up. Just as a message gets said.
Wow.
Oh, that's fucking lovely. I'm giving Pete a card just because that fit in so well with my other evil shit. There you go. So, just as a vital message, you get slapped around. Go ahead and try your spell. See what happens.
Well, it actually doesn't state that you have to slap him. I know Alex does that because he enjoys it, but the spell doesn't state you have to do that. It actually states that the range is 1 meter.
Damn.
Which means I don't actually have to touch them. I just have to stand there, cast a spell, and so it may not actually cause any disturbance to his sleep. Sorry to ruin your fun, but Alex was casting it that way because that's just Matt.
We got to put that into the fucking description. So, slow time, sure. Here you go, Sheila. Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Look at how nice that output is. I don't even have to ask him what he's rolling for and all that shit. I just know it. Homework for both of you bastards. Yeah.
So after about a minute of attempting it, it works.
Great.
So he does get woken.
Yes. Thank you.
So,
right.
All right. You happy now?
You wake up with McKay over you going, which I guess is less bad.
Dodge.
He falls out of bed. There you go.
All right.
It just shows Fiona looking at the camera like, God damn it.
Hey, she was the one who chose it. I don't know why she's not trying to contact the other two of us, but anyway.
You have no idea.
No, that's right.
I'm up my spells for the night.
Maybe she was just trying for the weakest willed or something to start with. I don't know.
Maybe. Maybe.
Vicious.
Hey, Dana Zool's been ragging on you. I figured, it'd help.
Let's try this one.
Wake up. Time to go to sleep.
6.
All right. Dana's trying to sleep now.
All right.
Damn, I don't have enough points to practice teleport.
So your bind point's now here.
No, you got to bind point each zone. The spell allows you to create a bind point in each zone.
Oh, carry on. Yeah, it's up to the. We should add to that. It's up to the PCs to keep track of where their bind points are.
I am doing that.
I figured you were, but other people will be like, I don't know where my bind point is, and I will fucking put them in a cupboard.
Yeah, exactly right. If they don't know what their bind point is, I feel sorry for what Logan does to them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Never heard of such a thing.
I was imagining like the Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels where the guy was in the cupboard, and that PC emerges as the house is being shown to prospective buyers by somebody. Ah! So, yeah, that worked.
Okay. Before we leave Gothic,
I
want to buy a sword and a domino mask and a cape.
I see. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me find out how much that will cost you in silver. Do you have any silver for the Gothic zone?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Give me a luck roll for the domino mask.
Basic success.
Sure. 18 silver without bargaining. Possibly more if you go for the bargain.
I will attempt to bargain.
Very well.
And fail.
20 silver. He doesn't like the cut of your jib. It's very rare. Okay. That's the time you fucking use the bargain skill, is on piffling amounts you don't give a shit if you blow it. Oh, I paid double? Oh, no.
Yep.
Train it up.
Exactly.
Oh, if you want to, that's for a basic sword. The guy goes, if you'd like something special, we do have the Fuck the Elf sword.
What's special about it?
It's got iron. It's made of iron, silver, and is magicked. It does a bit more damage than a regular sword, and if anything is susceptible to iron, silver, and magic, then it does more damage to them.
Huh.
Elves don't like iron, so we call it the Fuck the Elf sword.
How much?
For you, 5 gold. You give me a bargain to try to take that down if you'd like.
Bargain. Made it.
You'll go back down to the regular price of 3 gold. Would you like one in addition to your sword you've already purchased? I'll throw in a scabbard. He covers up sign and says all swords include scabbard for free.
No, I'll just take the fancy one.
What?
I'll just take the fancy one.
Oh, no, we've already sold you the other one, he says. Give me a bargain roll to get out of buying the other one that you've already bought.
Yeah.
Okay. You pay 210 silver pieces total.
3 gold.
In zones where magic works, or you make it work, the sword's base is not D8, it's D10. If they have susceptibility to any one of those 3 things, then It's bumped up to D12. The sword also says, fuck the elves on it.
Lovely.
I don't like elves here. This would be a bad zone for McKay to leave his kids.
Yes.
Probably be a lynching.
Okay.
So
I head back.
The others are waiting for you.
Got what I needed.
Good.
Cool sword.
Thank you.
The scabbard also says, fuck the elves.
Go find some of that oil paint.
May I suggest if you ever go to the Australian Embassy that you hide that?
I'm gonna go to the oil paints and paint over that.
Give me a painting roll. Maybe you can make it pretty as opposed to, I'm going.
Yes!
Cool.
So what does it look like now, Glenn?
He's painted fuck the elves, but in a different color. No, I'm kidding.
No, I just covered it up. And
anything else you guys need, or are you ready to rock?
I just say like the Lindy Hop on it or something.
That'd be classy.
Did we want cold weather gear in case we need it?
says
Yes.
cat's pajamas.
In case. It's fucking sub-zero there, dude.
Yeah.
I need that.
They're at the embassy, the Australian Embassy.
What is?
The cold weather gear. We've got modern day cold weather gear. The only thing including tents, sleeping bags, etc., etc. Unless they took them and didn't return them, I will check.
Well, I believe that the Australian Embassy, they left the Santa suits. The Santa suits, are they listed there in the embassy?
They were, because I listed them there.
Let me know if they are, because I need you to change the description slightly.
Where are we? I cannot see them.
Well, you might want to send a message to Alex then. It's his job to re-add them. But instead of just Santa suits, they're now severely ratty Santa suits. Like somebody said, I'm going to live in this for 3 months.
Yeah, so it looks like these Santa suits have not been returned.
Please make a note to send Alex a note at your convenience. So,
that's all right. I'll tell him tomorrow. I think he's in the game tomorrow.
Good enough. Make a note to remind him they're very ratty now. They definitely need replacing, like a while ago. But so you guys get your shit together. Head over to the Australian Embassy. Paint's still wet, be careful. And pick up modern day cold weather gear, sleeping bags, all that shit. And then you go over to Gotham, Batman's home. And there are statues of fucking Batman scattered around town. He is the fucking hero of the city. He may not have been the hero the city wanted, but it was the hero the city needed.
Of course.
He was the hero they could market.
He was the hero they could market, yes. How are you guys wanting to be dressed there? Because if memory serves, you're all on the 10 most wanted people of the planet there. I'm curious.
I'm currently dressed as Super Sherlock, which was the other reason I wanted to go back to there, was to get my superhero costume.
Wearing what I normally wear, the suit, and
the Riddler outfit,
with the mask and the cape.
Mm-hmm. And how's Dana dressed?
Like a 1950s housewife going to the store.
So no disguise?
We're going to try to inconspicuous it out.
Wow. Okay. So much for women's rights, you think, wearing this horrible dress. No problem. You guys go there. From Dana, I'm going to need a acting and disguise, as your hair's done differently and stuff like that. If you can pull off acting and disguise, then maybe nobody will notice you're one of the 10 most wanted people of the planet. Because it's 1950s. Nobody pays attention to women here except for breeding purposes, apparently, or when they want their dinner.
Okay.
Or if they need a secretary to make feel uncomfortable in the workplace. Well, I got bad news for the rest of the party.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'd not make that acting.
You think that people are like kind of like looking at you too much and they're whispering to each other and stuff. You're thinking that 1950s housewiving it up is not working out, and it's only a matter of time before the po-po comes.
Easy. I put on my ring. Let's go, guys.
Oh, man.
You two give me empathy rolls on the people and stuff that you're passing.
Made it.
You think that it's only a matter of time before the po-po comes, although she seems super relaxed about it.
Let's go back.
You guys hurry back into Clem's. By the time you get in the chairs and get the towels and stuff, you're because the police know nothing about subtlety here. And then that sound kind of cuts off and the towels are taken off of your faces and you're back in Gothic because you didn't really want to leave and go anywhere. You're not in any kind of hurry or anything like that.
You need a costume, Dana.
Aww.
There is, I do know of a costume that another female member of our group wore that is currently at the embassy you could wear.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm interested.
What kind of hideous thing do they have for you? You're wondering.
Is it like made out of hides or something?
No,
I've never met
not
this
at all, actually.
I've never met this person.
Hmm.
It just skins.
It was actually Alex Kinley bought the costume for her.
Now that I don't believe this at all. He paid money for something.
I know. Well, that's well.
Not
The thing
Kinley,
is,
I know.
don't forget when you walk to pattern, it removes any, depending on how sane you are. You lose any quirks, any insanities that you have. So Alex found that he could actually purchase stuff for us. I think it was it was Alex who went in the shop and bought stuff.
You had to get money, to be fair.
Yeah, he had to get money. I had to give him money to do so, but he did actually go in and buy stuff.
All right, what is it?
It is Cardboard Box Girl.
Even has a box you put over your head. It's all boxes, box arms, box legs, everything.
But it is a high-end costume, as in it was several $100s worth of costume. So it's not just a collection of boxes that you stick your arms through. It's actually a proper suit with the boxes over it attached properly and waterproofed, etc., etc.
It feels like a collection of boxes you're basically wearing. Obviously, he's never worn this before, you're thinking.
No, I haven't. I've just seen Mildred wearing it.
Mm-hmm.
She seemed quite comfortable in it, and there was a while there that she didn't want to take the cardboard box off her head.
That's because she has mental problems. But
well, yes.
So you are now cardboard box girl.
Sounds good.
Are you two wanting to stick with your costumes?
Yes.
You were seen walking next to her.
Does it mean, yeah, I will take the chance.
We can go through separately and meet up somewhere else.
Where?
Where's a good place? Joshua.
In Gotham.
Yeah.
I've been avoiding the place being one of the #1 most wanted criminals in the place. I don't tend to hang out there. There's like hotels and stuff. There's the library.
It doesn't really matter where. We just need to decide ahead of time.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends on. All right, so how are we going to get from Gotham to the airport?
The worst traveling party ever.
All right. How about...
Is Vash still around, or did he get Batman-fied?
We should have got cards for going to Gotham, right?
If you two have not been to Gotham in an extremely long time.
You've not been there?
Not since it was red carpet. And we never got cards for red carpet anyway.
That's because nobody loved you.
Oh. No, because the tarot cards didn't start appearing until after red carpet.